Alright guys, I wanted to give a brief explanation on how I'm doing animated effects when the player attacks the enemy. So with this I'm using basically decorations. Hold on, this isn't like showing over here. But in the game, let me see if I can see easy FPSE Editor right now. This wasn't blocking the way, which it isn't now. I have a decoration called /A and /B. Now, the important thing about these, and uh, don't mind /1, /2, and /3, they're these things are basically placeholders because you can't move things around in FPS Editor. But these particular things are actually animated, and they have their own FSM. I'll actually show you how the basic FSM works for these decorations first. Let me go into the states, go into /A for example. What it basically does, it goes from the state of idle to the state of dead. As soon as it plays the 4 frames, it basically dies and it goes into its death state, which is frame 5, which is invisible. But then, in the actual game, you have to set up the decoration to delete after break, which means after it dies, it breaks. For the most part. So it dies, breaks, or it's just invisible, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, for the most part, it basically disappears after it's dead. And then the second thing you want to do is that you need to set up so enemies actually spawn these. So for example, I have a skeleton over here, and I have on the hurt chase, I have the jump if equals to the type of weapon or ability used by the character. So the sword it has the sword and has the heavy sword. The heavy sword is basically the heavy attack, which is the ult attack. But these will cause the decorations to happen. And the reason why is, hold on, I can't see the thing. The reason why is because when you go down to sword, which is when the enemy gets hit by the sword, it spawns the decoration. And I have it spawning at 020, 025. This 5 over here is so it's in front of the actual enemy. And the 20 is because this effect needs to be placed up. Otherwise, you would see the slash happening at like the leg area. And the cool thing about this is that you can do this with pretty much any type of effect you can think of. It can be impacts, it can be anything. I only have this for swords at the moment. Maybe I'll add more to other types of weapons as well. And you can basically do anything. It can be blasts, it can be pretty much anything. It's more versatile than the particles effect because decorations can be animated. And by animated, I mean they can have different frames, while the particles are basically just single images that are motion tweened. They're going from point A to point B depending on the acceleration that you give them and whatever the velocity that you give them, essentially. And the other thing that I did is that on death, it checks depending on the type of weapon you were using as well. In this case, I only have for the swords. So it checks global player attack 4, it jumps to sword death. And in sword death, you can see that it spawns the slash again. Because if you don't do this, when the enemy dies, it doesn't play the hurt chase animation. It's going to play the death animation, which means it's not going to slash. Because in my hurt chase, it has the jump to the sword sword chase, and when the character dies, it immediately jumps into the death animation. So you need that, or else it's not going to have that animation at all. The enemy just dies, and there's no slash. And now to give a demonstration of this in the actual game, let me put this down. And let's go into here. and play. You can see the animation right now. The two different slashes. And you can see that when they die, you also see the slash animation on them as well. It's pretty neat. So yeah, that's something that can be done on different weapons, so you can give them like different types of effects that are happening when you attack a specific enemy, and I think that just adds more to it, honestly. So yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to show, and I hope this ends up helping whoever decides to use decorations.